Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, as we quickly transition from Q3 to Q4, get ready for fall and winter, it is time for the last time in 2022 to take a look at the credit cards that I'm using in my wallet, as well as talk about, the changes I've made, because if you follow this series in the show, well, there's been a few changes for sure. Of course, we'll talk about those, why I did it, what my plans are, and of course, what's on the radar at the end of this. And of course, I'd love for you guys to play along at home as well and tell me what your strategies are down below. So if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, I always start these off because everyone gets a laugh at it, but this is what I call my bench. This is where I put my cards at that I'm not currently using. I mean, there's still a Home Depot gift card over there, but I'm actually kind of running out of space, weirdly enough, right? Because I don't carry all my cards with me. So when I play this game, I pull out this wallet. I don't carry it with me, but then I put them into this, my Belroy Slim Sleeve. I've had it for 10 years. None of this is sponsored, but there are affiliate links down below if you're interested. So yeah, I've had that wallet for quite some time, and the tall one has served well. It's just running out of spaces. That's a good thing to see, though. So anyways, on screen you have it. These are all the card options I have to choose from, because of course we're not going to talk about all of these cards, but my bench is getting deeper and deeper as we go. Now, last go around with this video saw me dropping a lot of cards. I dropped the Platinum, I think I dropped the Gold, maybe one other in there as well, but no drops this week. No one's been cut this quarter, but I have added quite a few cards, 3 to be exact. So we're going to start there about the cards I added, why, then we'll get into the other cards that I'm carrying. So the first one up is the City Double Cash. Now, for the longest time, the City Double Cash has always kind of been on my radar because it's a classic 2% card. One back when you buy it, one back when you pay, so basically 2%. And, it just wasn't really that big of a deal. 1.5% on the Freedom Unlimited I had was close enough. But then City made some changes. They said, hey, all cards are going to earn thank you points, and you can redeem, anything from a penny all the way up to as much as you want. And then they even added sign-up bonus to the double cash as well of $200. And so that was enough to win me over because, again, I am leaning heavily cashback, almost exclusively cashback going forward. I have a full video talking about that. I'll link it down below, so I'm not get too much into it here, but you'll see through the card selection. And I will be making another video about, my full cashback plans to build out the best setup. But anyways, for the double cash that we're talking about, that was enough to win me over because, again, the game of cashback, to max it out, 2 better than 1.5 plus a sign-up bonus. So the current sign-up bonus, spend $1,500 I think in 6 months to get $200 back. I might be able to knock that out with a purchase or two coming up. We'll see how it goes. But for right now, that is the card that I'm putting most of my spend on, and then in a year's time, I may end up trying to convert it to another custom cash. So that was, pickup number 1. Now, the next pickup we have here is this the U.S. Bank Cash Plus card. Now, I picked this card up. It's a good 5X card. It's not a rotating category card. Basically, you can choose your category. So I'll leave this on screen for a minute so you can see. But really, I picked this up for 2 reasons. Gym memberships, and then it's probably going to be my utilities as well. Now, it's funny because I kind of feel like I'm not maximizing this card because you get $2,000 a quarter in the 5X, combined purchases. My gym membership's only $30 a month. And, utilities not that much. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But either way, it's clearly not maxing out a quarter. But again, it's a good way to, if you're going to play cashback aggressively and there is a card that you can use to get 5%, you might as well take it. Because I think I did the math. Plus my gym charges a silly membership fee a maintenance fee once a year, which is dumb. That's neither here nor there. 5% on all of that, it comes out to like 1 free month a year of the gym. And I go like every day. So, it's worth it, right? Only thing I hate about this card, absolutely hate, is 1, you can only redeem in $25 increments. So even on my triple cash card that I don't really use anymore, I still like $16 stuck over there. And number 2, the user interface to set your categories is so silly. It's not even in the City portal, or why do I keep saying City? In the U.S. Bank portal, you have to go to a different web page. But this card does serve a purpose. I will probably never carry it with me. It's probably going to stay in the wallet as those two for those 2 categories. Now, the third and final new card I added was one I was super excited to get. This is the Huntington Biz Voice card. So I'll put this on screen. What this card does, it's regional. Huntington's a regional bank, so you have to sign up in branch, unfortunately. But you get 4x back, up to $7,000 and spend a quarter on one category of your choice. Now you see the categories there. A lot of categories to choose from. Now, I just finished the sign-up bonus on this. It was spend $3,000 to get $300 back. And of course, in typical fashion, as soon as I did that, they raised it to $500 for $5,000 in spend. But the reason I jumped on the card was because I had read that it was difficult to get if you didn't have a business account. I don't know how true that is, but on my other channel, Run on the Bank, where we talk about bank account bonuses, I did open up a Huntington Bank business account for the second year in a row. And the point of that channel is to churn these accounts. So I'm not going to have that business account forever. So when I open the account, I decided to pull a card from our own playbook, pun intended, say, if it's going to be hard to get, let me go in branch and make it easy. Well, you have to go in branch to get the credit card anyways. They don't take online applications. But let me do that. I asked the banker. She was pretty cool. She's like, no, it's not really that hard to get. They approved me on the spot for $5,000 credit limit. But overall, I was very happy to get this card because this is probably going forward going to be, for me, my staple grocery card, right? Yeah, obviously, if the category cards are groceries that we'll talk about later, I could switch this into something else. But 4X back on groceries, pretty solid. And reasonably, the way I do it, you know how many gift cards I buy on the channel if you watch a lot, this could still be my food groceries, and then the category cards, which is my gift card. So we have options. So I was really happy to add this one as a business card there. So if you're close to a Huntington Bank, it is regional. Definitely check it out. And I will say we have a full video, a playlist on here. We look at those other credit cards, by banks that don't get talked about a ton. This is why we do it, because this is the best card I've ever found doing those videos. This one and the PNC Cash Rewards card, they give you like 4X back on gas. So I'll link that playlist down below if you're looking for some gems as well. So those are the changes, So I'm going to run through the other cards really quick. Again, if you follow the show, you've seen them before, so I don't know that we necessarily need to belabor the point here. I did really want to focus on the new stuff and my reasoning behind it. So here we go. Next category we have is going to be gas. And for me, it's probably going to be the custom cash card, right? Another favorite. I added that the previous quarter. But the custom cash, again, you get a lot of categories, but when it comes to it, I know for a fact I spend more on gas than I do on like restaurants or something like that. So for me, gas stations for that. Next up, another staple here, the Inc. Business Cash Card. For me, this is cell phone and internet. It's kind of a set it and forget it deal. I used to use this for gas because it was 2%, but again, custom cash takes that place. So it is nice to have 5% back on the over Verizon and internet bill there. And then for me, one of the categories I'm weakest on is dining. So for me, Freedom Flex gets 3X back on dining. It's fine because I don't really spend a lot on dining, if we're being honest. It's funny because I think I've told this story before, but I will go for lunch at work. There's like a Subway in like the building I used to work in, but I can still walk to it. And I can go buy Subway gift cards for 5X back and then just go to Subway. I know it's not like I love Subway. I can just get 5% back. So that's what I do most of the time. And everyone knows me and it's real great. I don't even have to wait in line. It's perfect. But that'll be for dining until I can get a better option. And then, of course, honorable mention here, the categories are Walmart and PayPal. So, of course, I'll keep the cards in my PayPal. They're already in there. I'll keep in my PayPal account. If something comes up, PayPal sells gift cards. I'll do that. You can also argue that Walmart is basically groceries as well. So I could, use these. The problem is there's a grocery store 2 minutes from my house. There's a Walmart, I gotta go 25 minutes to get to a Walmart. So it's really how committed am I? If I plan out my trips and I'm over there, possibly. It's an option. I think I pass one on home from work. Maybe that's neither here nor there. We have the options. So really out of all my cards, those are it. And again, the reason being is because I gotta work through that city double cash bonus. A lot of spend coming up, but I think I can do it fairly organically using the 2% card. So, that's why we have a lot more cards on the bench this go around than we normally do because, again, you got to work with your sign-up bonuses. So I want to close on this. What's on the radar? Well, there's one really big move I'm contemplating, actually. I think I've talked about it before, but I've had my Freedom Unlimited, which has basically been supplanted by the double cash and the cashback setup. That's why I don't have it in my wallet this go around. It used to be my catch-all card. But I've had that card, the Freedom Unlimited, since 2016. So I could product change it to another Freedom card and then get back in line. Well, I don't even have to get back in line. I could then wait a few days, maybe a billing cycle, max, and then apply for a new Freedom Unlimited because they're still running right now, at least the time I'm taping this, the 5% on gas up to $6,000 to spend for the first year. That could be a really good move because that would then give me a 5% gas card for the year. That would then free up the city custom cash to become my dining card. I could eat at other places besides Subway, which might be nice for a change, It's still a lot of bread. and then there you go. Then that way I could take my time in finding my next dining card. That's the move I'm really contemplating the most right now. I got to make it soon because right now I'm at like 324, and this is probably going to be my last hurrah with Chase. I made another video a while back where I said don't fear 524, and that's definitely how I'm trying to live. You can see the other acquisitions were not Chase cards. Of course, the Huntington business card doesn't count towards 524. But anyways, my point would be that make that move. That pushes me to 424. Then you really have to make a decision, and because I'd probably want the ink preferred, but it's just a tough bone. I think I've been talking about that since I started doing the show, honestly, and we're on air for 3 years now. But it's just really hard to hit that $15,000 in 3 months. So that I might do that, do the freedom move, hold until tax time, go after the ink preferred because I will owe a ton of taxes, as a lot of you do because of the games we play and the other businesses we operate. That could help. Yeah, it'll cut into the bonus a little bit, but it could be good because that would help you maximize Chase. Then I could figure out, do I want one more Chase card? The last move you could make really is change your Freedom Flex to another OG Freedom. At some point, they're going to make you stop doing this. Then get back in line for the Freedom Flex. It's been 2 years since I've had that card in a bonus as well. Or more realistically, I do debate how much I want the Sapphire Preferred. Honestly, it's one of those where I am committed to cash back these days, but I do think the Sapphire Preferred could be a keeper card. $95 effectively becomes $45 with the hotel credit. That one might just be a simple one to hold on to because I go somewhere every year, whether it's for work or even this. Last year we went to the Capital One Lounge. We'll probably do more lounges when Chase opens theirs. So it would be good to have, and I do think $95 a year isn't terrible for the optionality in travel or the travel benefits. I think that's reasonable. Again, really $45. So I'd have to make the decision there. I'd probably lean Sapphire Preferred just because I know I probably should have one card just in case. Then we would move on to other issues because we'd be done with Chase for a while. The dining card is probably going to be the U.S. Bank Altitude Go, 4% back. But again, U.S. Bank really drives me crazy with the $25 increment redemptions. I would just be redeeming at the end of the year, just one-time cash out everything, but it still really bothers me for some reason. I'm fine if you want a $25 minimum, but the redemption bothers me. So, there might be a need to rock with the double cash and then, swap it to a custom cash, and then that would be dining and one will be gas until, the gas. I guess the point, I'll wrap it up on this. I guess I'm talking through. The point is, there's a lot of different optionality and a lot of different ways you can go. That's why I'm going to sit down and make the video on how my cashback is going to split out and the full plan, roadmap it, if you will, is a term we've used here before. So anyways, guys, that is what I'm rocking for Q4 of the end to rock out the end of the year, and that is what I'm thinking about doing going forward in the near to immediate future. Of course, especially if I do the Freedom, I'll probably make a video on it because it'll get views because it's Chase and my 8th Freedom card. So anyways, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, of course, consider subscribing to the channel. We're posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Question for you guys is, of course, let me know what you're rocking, what you're closing out the year with. I'd love to see the strategies, whether your travel, your cash back. I'd love to see it all. There's a place in my heart for both. And what do you think of not only my future plans, but what's on your radar? We didn't see a lot of new cards this year, but there's still good options out there, so I want to see what you're into the most. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.